Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 4-Star Chicago Sports. This is the Barely There podcast, and boy, my stomach is in knots as the Cubs are trying to hold on right now, and we're going to get into the big tilt in the nation's capital, installment number 2 of Caleb versus Jaden, right after this.
Windy City banners rocking 4 stars align. Dynasty dreams rise, Bulls in their prime. Cubs curse shattered, the victory divine. Fields be running, clock ticking on my timeline. Shot down heroes, legends never fade. Black Hawks flying, cutting ice with the blade. White Sox diamonds, the Southside parade. 4 stars shine bright, legacies they made. Mike with the crown, air rain, no dispute. Sweetness in the backfield, Walter in pursuit. Bear down Sunday's midfield, battles cute. Chicago.
Hello again, everybody. The Cubs just missed that double play. I am so amped up, everybody. Like, I can't even tell you. I'm holding on by a shoestring here. Like, the season's on the line. The Brewers are torturing us. I couldn't agree more, Erica. This game is complete torture right now. The Cubs are torturing me. They're hanging me in the closet by a noose right now. Just get this done. They got to add on a run. I'm sweating. My stomach is in knots. I can't even control it right now. This is insane. But we do have to talk some Bears as the Cubs try and hold on to this one on the north side. As I said, the second installment of Caleb and Jaden is just on the horizon on Monday Night Football as both teams, well, more so the Bears, are looking for a statement win. I think a statement win came for the Washington football team this weekend when they came back from 10 down in LA to beat the Chargers. Let's get into some business while this Cubs game goes to break here. But before we do that, let me check in with Jay. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Glad to be on here. Probably miss next week. Actually, I will miss next week because I'm going on vacation here, going to Disney with the family.
Oh, look at this guy.
We had a bye week in darts, so not much else going on there. But how about you, buddy?
Oh man, I'm holding on by a shoestring right now, man. I'm praying the Cubs can get these last outs, and we got baseball on the north side tomorrow. Yeah, that is true, Dustin. There's a very good chance of that happening.
They just get out of the inning?
No, they're switching pitchers. And Eric, I couldn't agree with you more. Ian Crap. Just go to podcasting, dude, and get off my baseball team because I can't handle him anymore.
I just lost $1.
Jay thought he was going to come through. I said, there's no chance in hell this guy's coming through. He sucks balls. And what do you know? He strikes out after he looked at a pitch right down the middle, nonetheless. So as we get into this game's that commercial, we're going to break into this Bears. In the past 20 years, the Bears are 2-9 versus the Commanders. That's dating back to 87. The Bears are 5 and hold on. 2-9 against Washington since 1987. Sorry, I got my notes confused there. Practice in the books today. Little injury concerns. No injury report till tomorrow because of Monday Night Football. But Brisker was not out there. Grady Jarrett for his second day was not out there, and that's Brisker's second day also of not being out there. Darnell Wright was out there off on the side working with trainers. He was on a different field completely. We'll just have to wait and see what comes to this. But we did get a quick update from his mouth. From his mouth to your ears, Spider-Man is back.
Monday against Washington? I will be playing. So that is confirmed. You are completely healthy. We will see a clear injury report for you.
Yeah, no pump fakes, no pump fakes.
No pump fakes. All right, we got Spider-Man back. So, I did a deep dive into this ball game. And man, the favor really is in Washington's.
They got better against the run, Sean. I was looking at it too.
Yeah.
And last year, Washington was dog crap, as we all know, against the run. And we were making fun of them on this very show. I know me and Kyle don't really feel, at least going into the season, didn't feel very strong about Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think they were terrible, but I didn't think they're going to have that great of a season. Now, they're not. But if you look at their numbers from last year, they're still 16th against the run or something like that. So they're not like great against the run this year. But the Bears are really bad against the run, like literally the worst team in the league against the run. I think this is going to be more of like a passing game. I'm hoping those injuries are just veteran days off. We've got an extra day, so I'm hoping we can get those guys back in. But I think it's going to be a very, very tough match. And if you want to ask me personally, I think it's up to the defense more than it is the offense, because last year, Caleb Williams drove the ball down and actually got them up. They were up before that Hail Mary pass. So he had them ready to win. It was the defense that let them down. So specifically, Tyreek it needs to get his head out of his ass. And it'd be nice to have Gordon back, nice to have TJ Edwards back. I think Grady Jarrett plays. I think this is the type of game that he wants to play in, unless he's physically just unable to play. So I'm going to be interested to watch the defense. I really want to see them get to the quarterback. I want to see them stuff the run. And I want to see that secondary continue to get turnovers. If we do that, I think we're going to be fine. Because honestly, our offense was proven to score without Ben Johnson, and I know we can score on him with Ben Johnson.
Yeah, and coming in here, looking at something that I dug up today, and I can't remember exactly where I found this. But the Bears are fourth in penalties against per game and dead last in beneficiary calls, which means penalties against Bears opponents. There's a net of 34.7 yards per games in penalties alone. The Bears also are 26th in pre-snap penalties, and referee Alex Moore and his crew working the game on Monday night lead the NFL in penalties called through 5 weeks, 95 penalties with another 22 dismissed. So the Bears are really going to have to be disciplined in this football game and hopefully knock out some of these pre-snap penalties. Yeah, hell yeah. The Cubs just got out of it in the 8th. Brad Keller's coming in. We got 3 more to go to play baseball tomorrow, folks. Let's go. All right. Now we are going into this game 4-point underdogs. Bears are plus 185 on the money line, which we'll get into our predictions a little bit later. I'll let you know where I'm going with that one. But the one thing that I was looking at in this game is the Bears are giving up 179.3 yards per game on the ground, and while the Commanders boast the league's best offense at 156.4 yards per game, this is something that hopefully, with the returns of TJ Edwards, Kyler Gordon, on the defensive side of the ball, that shores it up just enough for the Bears to contain the running game a little bit more. It doesn't appear at the first 2 days of practice that Grady Jarrett is returning. As I mentioned a little bit ago, he has not been on the practice field this week at all. Missed a second straight day of practice. And because of Monday Night Football, obviously the injury report comes out tomorrow instead of today. And Jay, I wanted to get your opinion on this as well as the Chicago Bears prepare for this game in the nation's capital. One of the things that has really flipped for the Washington football team this year is the defense continues to set the tone. Dorrance Armstrong leads the team with 5 tackles. Bobby Wagner, even in his elder age, is a tackling machine. He has 56 tackles through the first 5 weeks, and the secondary has picked off a couple of balls. It does look like the Bears, though, will probably catch a break because it looks like Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown are both listed as game time decisions. And I don't believe either of them are going to play from what I read, but you never know. Really quick, on the ground, as we get into this run defense versus our offense and vice versa, you have the rookie, my guy, who I told you all about right after the draft, Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. He's leading the team, 283 rushing yards and 4 scores on the year. Over the past 2 weeks, the Commanders have averaged 27 points, using a steady run game to control the tempo and open up the passing game for Jaden Daniels. So, Jason, as we get into this here, and Erica, you know what? I did see that he was working with specialists today. I did not see anything on the extent of Cario Santos's injury. I did look for it, but
there were a couple of reports on it. I think just another year Bears had something on it.
Did he? Yeah, I didn't see what it was, though. I didn't see what it was. So Dustin, I believe you're right, but I think it's 15 sacks on the season because when I was looking at it, I was saying, 15 sacks through 5 weeks. They're averaging three sacks per week. So that thoughts on the new offensive line, and then we're going to get to the defense trying to stop this run. So give me some of your keys to this game for the Chicago Bears and how they're going to pull this thing off, my friend.
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, Sean, but I think probably this whole year, one of the reoccurring themes that we're probably going to bring up every single week is the Bears need to stop the run. Right now, Washington's averaging 5.9 yards per carry. That's really, really good. And I'm afraid it's probably not going to get any worse against the Bears, which is why I think that interior defensive line needs to step up. Like you were saying earlier, and we said last week, getting both TJ Edwards and Kyle Gordon back, I think makes the defense a little bit more versatile, which means they might be able to disguise some of their coverages. So it may help. Now, on the offensive side of the ball here, I think we have a much better offensive line. I know their defense has improved, but not greatly. I am, however, looking at their defensive production. They're a top 10, which is not good, right? They're giving up the 10th most passing yards per game. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Bears are actually scoring some points, and I think we have an opportunity there. I don't think it's going to come on the running game. Ben Johnson was actually quoted earlier, I think today, saying that, it's a little shocking to see people filling up gaps, and that's, probably on him and on the players and everybody else. So I'd like to see that offensive line get those gaps open, so we can actually have some running lanes. But I think the passing game is where we beat them. And especially if, I'll tell you what, if they've got a couple wide receivers out for Washington, it's not going to be pretty for them, because even without Kyler Gordon and without our best corner, we've been playing pretty well in the secondary. So I think hopefully we win this game, but I think the key is going to be the defense has to step up and stop the run. They have to.
Yeah, this is going to be a big thing for the Chicago Bears this weekend. A couple of big quotes that were taken away today. Speaking of, this was from Ben Johnson today. Offensively, he said we're work in progress. Some things we're doing well, some things we're not. We're shooting ourselves in the foot quite a bit. He also made a statement, when I look at where we are in the first 4 weeks, lots of penalties. We're in the top 5 in that category. Offensively, we're playing behind the sticks, and you can tell from the way I'm calling the game. On top of that, he got into talking about DeAndre Swift without mentioning his name. He was talking about the running game and the running backs not seeing the holes or hitting the right holes. So he was being critical of this team, and I loved it. I loved every minute of that press conference today, because I did really want to see – I really like the accountability that's being held and saying, hey, man, this is your opportunity. Here it is. Go grasp it. Go look at and find your holes, because the offensive line is actually a very, very good run-blocking defensive line, but our running backs are not taking advantage of the opportunities being given by this offensive line. So this is something that is going to have to improve steadily here. And obviously, as the coach said, the penalties, playing behind the sticks. You can't be 1st and 15, 2nd and 15, 3rd and 25. I think they had a 3rd and 40 or something against Detroit. They got to stay ahead of the sticks, stop shooting themselves in the foot. I think that's going to be very key to this game. Discipline. I do think, on one note, though, I think this is going to be a very high-scoring game. The Bears and Washington.
It's got the potential.
Yeah, and the highest over/under of the week at 50.5. So Vegas is expecting some scoring coming out, and I think my final score is going to reflect that when we do our predictions here in just a little bit. Yeah, you know what? They might be able to, but this is Dustin. Dustin says they can run all over the Bears. Look at what they did to Vegas. You know what? Absolutely, they can. This is going to be David versus Goliath when it comes to those two things. But for me, hey, the Bears players have to step up here. The
defense has to step up.
Yes, they have to fill their gaps, stay in their lanes, and hold their responsibilities down. This is the only way this gets better. And shore up your tackling. Stop tackling high. Get down. Tackle on those legs. But with TJ Edwards and Kyler Gordon, you know Kyler Gordon is a dog in the run game. He's going to be coming up, pressing that line in the run game. I think him and TJ Edwards make a tremendous difference in this football game. Now, the Bears are giving up, 6 yards a carry right now in the season? Does that go down? I think it does slightly. Maybe they can get just below that 4.8 marker, hopefully, for this game, and slow down Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt just a little bit and Jaden Daniels, especially if they don't have these wide receivers on this football field. I think it makes it a little bit easier for the Bears, but nothing's really going to be easy for this Bears defense. So
no, I think you're 100% right. And you touched on it first going into the show, and then you did it again here in the state in this little segment here, and it keeps hitting home with me is the scariness of the penalties, especially if we have a crew that's calling the game that loves calling penalties. So you got a young kid now starting at left tackle, right, for the first time. We've got hopefully Darnell Wright starting, but he's had some penalty issues. So even the middle of the line's had some penalty issues. So I'm hoping it gets shored up. To go back to what you said about Ben Johnson's comments, I'll tell you what, I get the feeling from him when he does this stuff and he says these things in these press conferences. I don't think he's necessarily calling out the team, because I believe he's already brought it up to them already. Yeah. Like they already know 100%. They got to get better. So this is like nothing new. And he's not like calling people out by name per se. He'll, call out a group, or he calls out himself actually quite a bit as well. So I think that probably helps take some of the blow when you're a player here and that from your coach. But it's all about the defense. I want to see Tyreek Stevenson redeem himself. This is a big game for him, so he can't let it get too big into his own head. I think TJ Edwards is a tackle machine, so tackling should be better. You're right. And then you've got, Kyler Gordon is really good on those little edge blitzes, those corner blitzes when they have him in every once in a while. Last year, I think Jonathan Owens had one as a safety, but I'm telling you, Kyler Gordon can get in there. He's not that tall of a guy, so he can sneak in there and just pound you. He doesn't look that big, but he's bigger than he looks, But you're right. It's all about defense. If we can stop the run, I think we have a clear edge in this game. If we cannot stop the run, it's going to be a very long night.
Yeah, 100%. And, the one guy that we're not talking about, and I know his practice window is open. I don't know if he's going to make it back in this game. I would assume
Austin?
Austin Booker. Yeah, I'm assuming that he is going to be in this game. I actually, when I was going through all the notes,
he's listed as questionable. It's not.
Well, when I was going through the notes from all the Bears beat reporters today, there was no mention of Austin Booker from any of them. So I don't know what the status is. I tried to reach out to a couple friends of the show here, but I didn't get anything. So, we're
going to have to wait till tomorrow till the injury report comes out.
I'm looking right now. It says, could Austin Booker get back and help out the D line? I think most people still have questions around whether Austin Booker will make his debut. So I guess we're all going to have to be like the rest of the streaking world and wait until the injury report comes out. And
he's not a starter, Sean. He's more of a role playing guy, rotational guy. So even if he's off the report, we may not see him very often. But I would like to see him get in there, because I think his different style of play might actually benefit the Bears. And there's not a lot of tape on him either. So, if you take him off the injury report, I don't know how much time Washington really has to plan for him if you expect him to play. So we'll see. I'd love to see him get in there. I mean, I'd like to see this kid develop. They seem to be developing other players. So I'd like to see him develop into something, because God knows we need an edge rush.
We definitely do. And I'll tell you, if we flip over the script here and go to the other side of the ball with these two quarterbacks, these two generational talents that are here. And I know they didn't call Jaden Daniels a generational talent, but man, he's really looked like one since coming into the league. And he's coming in. He did miss a week, so his numbers are a little bit down so far, but he's thrown for 664 yards, 4 touchdowns. Without a single interception. So he's doing his job. Deebo Samuel will be out there as always. He's in the matchup nightmare. He's racked up 300 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns on this young season. And especially if we're not looking at a Terry McLaurin, you're not looking at a Noah Brown, you're not looking at anybody else out there. You're going to have Zach Ertz with his AARP card, and you're going to have Deebo Samuel. And if we can control these guys, oh, thank God. If we can control these guys, I think the Bears are going to be okay. And controlling Jaden Daniels in the pocket is going to be something. Letting him get outside, getting those big runs.
Yes. We can't let him run all over us. We cannot. We're dead if that happens.
Yeah, and the Commanders have also been really good at home. They've been tough. They've held their visitors, the 2 visitors they've had, to under 25 points. They are 2-0 at Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. So this is going to be a big test for the Bears. But, as we talked about that comeback victory last week, and we talked about how that was kind of a culture builder and a confidence builder for this football team, so would this be. Coming out of the bye, doing something that the Bears haven't been good out of the bye, and a big-time game. They're 0-2 in the division. They're 0-2 in the conference. So there's a lot of implications for long-term down the season that go into this football game for the Chicago Bears. And if you want to pretend like you're a contender, you're going to have to go on the road and win a football game, and it has to start this Monday night. And we will see baseball tomorrow. Fly that W.
Congratulations, Cubbies.
Hell yeah. There we go.
Sean, after, I'll say it one more time. Congratulations, Cubs fans. You still got some games to win, though. I will tell you this. Coming off the bye, historically, the Bears are not good. Coming off the bye, though, historically, Ben Johnson is very good. I think I heard a stat on the score today. Like, he's averaging like 41 points after the bye. So I don't know if that's going to happen. I would love for it to. I do think there is going to be a high-scoring game here, but I think the defenses aren't as good as we're all thinking as fans here. I think they're going to be a little porous in areas, so there's going to be a lot of scoring, and that's why I think the defense wins the day here today, or I should say Monday.
Yeah,
but I'm interested to see. Like I said, I'm interested to see how he responds. He actually says and talked about his loss to Washington in the playoffs in his conference. And he had said that, I think I got a little too aggressive. I was trying to score. I didn't want to go down 2 scores. I lost sight of the game plan. So I'm happy that he's admitting those things. And I really hope he's actually over it and doesn't do that on Monday, because I don't want to see Caleb dropping back, 60 times to win this game. Even though our run game is not great, we still need a run game to be, balanced. He did say that it's going to be a really balanced type of game. And I don't know if he just meant passing and rushing, or if he also meant defense and offense and special teams. Maybe he means all of it. I don't know. But I think what he's really trying to say is we literally have to play mistake-free, our best possible football to win this game. And listen, they are a good team. It would not surprise me one bit if Washington made the playoffs. They've got some, growing to do too, and some wins to make up. But that's not exactly like the toughest division in the universe either, So
no, Washington's actually really surprised me this year.
Yeah.
I did not think that they were going to be as competitive as they are. And obviously they are a very competitive football team, and their schedule after the Bears, they go Cowboys, Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions. So it is going to get pretty tough for Washington. We're going to have to find out. They're going to have to figure out a way to bounce back after the Bears bounce them in the nation's capital this weekend or this Monday night.
The win can be transformative for this team, though, Sean. If you really think about it, I know nobody's trying to say, what was last year? We didn't know. I know Ben saying I wasn't here. I don't care. I think everybody in that organization cares about this game. It is eerily similar. They're coming off of a bye. They're playing Washington in Washington. You've got the guy who basically cost you the game starting at cornerback. You've got, the number 1 and number 2 picks. There's a lot of storylines on here, and this is why the NFL put it on the Monday night schedule, because it does have repercussions, I think, even for the playoffs. And I'm not saying if the Bears win this game, they make the playoffs, but if the Bears win this game, Washington might not make the playoffs, So, it's a big, big game for both teams, and I think they're both going to take it seriously. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch the game because I'm going to be on vacation, but I do have NFL Plus, so I'll have my phone on me. I might be watching it on a very small screen at the very least.
Jason, that is
I know.
terrible news. Not going to be able to check out this game. That's woof. Hey, did the Carolina did end up winning last week, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We got some interesting pick six scores going on here, and we're going to have to make up the standings. We'll put the standings up next week, or I'll throw them on our Facebook page because this Cubs game kind of took me away from my pre-show duties today, and I forgot to do the standings. But we'll keep our pick six going. We'll get Kyle's in. I'll send him a text, and we'll get what he's thinking in on these pick sixes. But as I was saying, being over 50 and a half, the one thing that is a little disturbing and may hold this game if the statistics and metrics hold true is the Bears ranked 12th and the Commanders ranked 17th in opponent scoring. So that's kind of upper echelon and then right there in the middle, which may suggest that this is more of an underplay at that 50 and a half than it is an overplay. I think personally, the Bears are going to come out ball of fire. I think they're going to be effective. I think this line will be stabilized. We're going to probably find out a little bit more about Darnell Wright tomorrow if he's going to play in this game. I really, really hope that we do have Darnell Wright back, but if he's not 100% healthy, we're going to have to do exactly what we did last week. Get an Ozzie on that side, get a tight end over there to help him, and just watch his back and make sure that everything's going okay on that side, because this will be the first start for Theo Benedette as the Chicago Bears left tackle. So this should be fun. Thoughts on our left and right tackle as we're coming in?
Well, I think one of the big reasons one of the big reasons they made that move was for not necessarily the pass blocking, but also the run blocking. I think they weren't getting the kind of edge run that they want, especially in a play action type of system. Sometimes you're going to have to sweep the ball outside. Sometimes you actually have to hand the ball off, So I don't think they were getting a good edge set on that left side of the line. And that's ultimately what I think they probably saw for weeks on tape and finally had enough and said, fine, we're putting the kid in. And they put him in. And actually he went into the game for Darnell Wright at right tackle. And then they just literally had enough. So honestly, Theo Benedict, I couldn't be more impressed. It's very difficult to just come in, number one, out of nowhere and start in the NFL in the middle of a game. It's another one to start at two different positions in the same game. So
excel. And
do very, very well at it. So I'm very proud that we're developing these young guys, and we actually maybe hopefully have found some guys there. So hey, I'm proud to be an American too, buddy.
The Canadian destroyer.
So I think it could be a good thing for the team. I'm hoping that this team slowly but surely, especially coming off of that big comeback win, that block, finishing a game, that block field goal. Josh Blackwell, by the way, he also had the return against Green Bay to end the season to get a win. So he's turning into quite the special teams player, if you ask me. But
he is responsible, if you really look at it, for 2 of the last 3 Chicago Bears victories.
Yeah, 100%. He's literally responsible for the 2 victories. We do not win the game without him. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, are you hoping for a better, play at left tackle? I mean, I know you're hoping for it, but do you think we're going to get it?
I do. I really do. I liked Theo Benedette in the preseason, and I like what he showed me last week, especially like you just said, being able to switch over from left to right. He didn't allow a pressure, and he looked really good doing it. And as I stated, he's got that quick, wide base, and he spreads his legs out. Just watch his technique. He has really good technique. He gets up and he slides left to right a lot smoother. He does a lot of things out of that left tackle position a lot smoother than Braxton Jones. Braxton Jones is one of his biggest problems was he was always too slow to pop out of that stance.
Dude, I was just about to say, he's like an urgency. He's like he's playing with an energy and an urgency that you just haven't seen. So I'm happy. I think I'm with you. I think he is going to be better.
Let me ask you this, James. What has Theo Benedette done that showed you he's below average? because nothing he's done on a football field thus far has showed me he's below average.
Not in the pros, not in the preseason or the games he's come in on. He's
he made the
he
team.
hasn't given up a sack, like 2 pressures. That's it. Those are the stats. He's given up 2 pressures.
Hold on a second. What are we talking about in the quad? I lost it in the chat. DJ, whose quad are we talking about here? Sorry. Quad is as bad as the hammy. Who's got the quad injury? Because I'm not sure.
Josh Blackwell?
And Ron, what are you talking about? Derrick Henry might be the Bears' new running back. Derrick Henry. If you're
talking about maybe Joe Flacco, no.
Let's see here. I just Googled it. I don't see any chatter about that there, buddy. So tell me what you're seeing there, Ron, that we're not, because I don't know.
If he's the new Bears running back, I'm going to be very happy.
Yeah, DJ, and that's what I'm saying. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. I'm not saying Theo Benedict is Trent Williams. I'm saying he looks like a very solid football player that until we find our guy, he might be okay. And you know what? He's going to have his ups. He's going to have his downs. And I know we're going to have the people that come on and say, oh, you said it was amazing. No, I'm agreeing with you, DJ. I think he's a very solid football player. Everything he's done thus far has looked very good. And I would expect that to continue because he's under some expert tutelage. So
I think we can easily say that, whether this is his ceiling or his floor, we haven't seen him do any worse. So at the very least, what we're seeing is his floor. That's what's promising about it. I think we've seen everybody else's ceiling, and I think that's what the team saw. I think they said, you know what, we're done with it. We don't want him anymore. We're going to put in the kid. His floor is higher than everyone else's ceiling, so we're putting him in. That doesn't mean that who we had was really good or this kid's amazing. I mean, honestly, it's probably stating what we all know is that we still need a lot of help on the offensive line. But Sean's right. If we're paying the kid like nothing. His signing bonus was $20,000. We're paying this kid nothing. If he can start and we can get him and maybe pay somebody, we're in some other position, maybe like a Derrick Henry at running back. I don't think it's happening.
I would die if he turns into an all-pro.
If he turned into an all-pro, then that's great. Nobody's going to be happier than him because he's getting a payday if that happens.
What do we got here? He's a vet. They don't play. I have to tell you until tomorrow. I missed who we're talking about in the chat, so I apologize. I do like this comment from Erica because I'm going to be with you. If Flacco beats Green Bay again this weekend, I'm going to have to go into the annals of football history.
I'm buying a Flacco jersey.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. And you want to know what? There's got to be some kind of stat, and I'm sure it'll come up if Cincinnati somehow beats Green Bay this weekend. Having a quarterback on 2 separate teams beat a team within a month of each other, I'm sure there has to be some NFL history.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin, he's saying.
Oh, Terry McLaurin. Yeah, Terry McLaurin, from what I've heard, is, I mean, he's not playing this. Very slim chance that he plays on Monday night. So
he may want to, but he may get overruled and say, "Hey, we got a whole season left." That's not.
Hey, James, there's a first time for everything in sports. And again, I didn't say he was Trent Williams. I didn't say he was the next coming. I said he looks like a very solid football player.
How many left tackles can any of us name in the league right now as it is anyways? You can name maybe 32 if you're like an addict of football, but most of us have lives. I think there's probably been plenty of undrafted free agent left tackles that have come in due to injury and just maintain the position. Offensive linemen are really, really good when you never hear their name. That's how you know they're good. If you don't know who they are, that guy's really good. When you're hearing the guy's name, it's usually because he's about to retire and he's really good, or he's just been terrible and they're calling penalties on him. But you normally don't really hear about it. They really don't even talk about it in the broadcast unless it's like the Bears and they change something up. They really didn't talk about it 2 weeks ago. They just mentioned, all right, well, Theo Benedict's in at left tackle and we've got the young kid over at right tackle. That was basically the conversation. That was it.
Yeah, and we got our boy over here, Relentless Mikey dropping some facts. He says Jack Kemp was the last quarterback to beat the same team with two different teams. I'm assuming in the same season as well. So let's get Joe Flacco's name up there with Mr. Kemp. I think that would be amazing. Welcome to the show, J2K, Razzle Dazzle, everybody.
Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah, everybody in the chat, as always, you guys are killing it. We're going to be a little bit abbreviated tonight. That's for y'all out there keeping us live, keeping us going. As we're down, Kyle. So that's kind of a quarter of the show. So we're gonna run a little bit shorter than normal. But before we do that, as long as we got everybody in the building right now, let's not forget that for this game on Monday night, we will be hosting our live event at River Street Tavern. We're gonna do a brief show. Give a quick preview of the game about 6:15, I believe, on Monday. Probably join you guys back at halftime.
Great prizes.
Yes, and great prizes. We're going to put some of those up. And $3 tall boys. You can't beat that. We were at a bar last night paying $6 a domestic bottle, which was insane to me.
Which was around the corner from the bar.
Yeah, yes. Here you're going to get 16-ounce tall boys for $3, half price wings. We're going to do it up. And, of course, as always, we're bringing you some hot items. We got a Devin Hester autographed helmet that we're giving away. I just got fresh in the mail a number 18 Caleb Williams jersey.
That says 81.
It does say 81, doesn't it? 18. 18. It's 18 on my side. This is a reverse camera. Now, we had the guy sent me the Roma Dunze jersey, and it was an error. And so I am going to do something with this, as it didn't have the NFL logo patch on the V, but it's still a very, very nice Dunze jersey. So I'm going to figure out something to do with this. Of course, we're going to have the 50-50 raffle, and we're going to have a Mike Singletary autograph, him with the eyes wide open, stalking Phil Simms autograph. So we're going to have some really, really fun prizes. And we're just going to have a blast. Watch the Bears win in the nation's capital. As we said, the second installment of Jaden and Caleb, the rivalry hope to see over the next 10 years, meeting up at an NFC championship games.
Hey, James, if you're going to be at the stadium, bring a sign that says FFCS rocks.
Yeah, absolutely. James, if you put that up, I'll give you a pick of the prizes. I'll give you 20 prizes to pick from. They'll all be amazing. If you make it on TV with that, I will be more than happy to throw that up. Yes, please, everybody come to River Street on Monday. It's going to be a blast. The house is usually packed. We want everybody screaming at the top of their lungs. Unfortunately, Jason has to miss this one because he's going to be on vacation with his family. Hopefully, we'll have Kyle back. Kyle has been down with really bad flu the last couple of days. So let's all pray for Kyle, that Kyle can get back up on the horse and just get back to from what I understand, he's on the struggle bus pretty hard right now. So we're praying for you, Kyle. Get better, buddy. We miss you. And hopefully we'll see you back on the show Monday because will be our next show. Kyle, yeah, he did. He actually said that he thinks this what he has is a cross between influenza and COVID if they had a baby. He's on the struggle bus. And I'll be honest, I had this last year. And I was
influenza.
Yeah, it was influenza and COVID, and I never went and took a test or anything like that. But I mean, I was down for 7 days. In the first 36 hours, I mean, ask Stephanie. I was like, I think death would be easier. It's right now. It was so bad. So I can imagine what Kyle's going through. God rest up, buddy, and get better. And we'll see you back on the show here real soon.
For sure. Miss you, buddy.
But yeah, as we get back into this, we're gonna get into our predictions for this game really quick, and then we're gonna get into the pick six, and we're gonna put a big fat bow on this thing because we don't have a lot of Bears news to talk about. There's not a lot of stuff going on. If you want to talk about anything that happened, I can tell you this: the pick six. This was the worst week for the pick six for all of us.
All of us last year. Oh, you mean the record, the scores, or whatever?
This week. Everybody was 2 for 6, except for one person, which was Foster. He was 3 for 6. But everybody else, Kyle, you, me, Mike, DJ, Lindsey, Bruce, all only picked up 2 wins this week as it was upset central.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't there like 6 double-digit comebacks or something like that? The most in like since 2000 or something, or I don't know what it was.
Because the Saints came back, or no, the Saints came back against the Giants. The Eagles came back against the Broncos. The Buccaneers came back against the Seahawks.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, what other games am I missing? Baker Mayfield, guys. Look, man, I love this dude. I love his attitude. Did you see that video of him yakking it up with the Seattle fans before the game?
No.
Oh, dude, he was like, yeah, you're gonna find out. He goes, you're a fucking pussy. And he pointed right at the dude. And then they had the video of him after the game. The dude's still there trying to heckle him. And Baker Mayfield is running to the total, pointing at him. He's like, what'd I tell you before the game, bro? I told you, man. I told you. I was like, dude, I love this guy even more. I love me some Baker Mayfield. That dude is the shit. And if Cleveland would have just held on to him, maybe they would have a chance at existence because Cleveland's got some good weapons. They just got to get their quarterback situation straight. And we'll see what Dylan Gabriel has. And as that goes, Stefanski was very hesitant today in his press conference to name Shedeur Sanders the number 2 quarterback on that team.
Don't really have a choice at this point.
I was going to say, I don't know who else is it, dude. So, you know what? Swaggy McNolegs doesn't agree with you, Dustin. Baker is the clear-cut MVP right now. I'm kind of there with you. I mean, 4 out of his 5 wins this year, he's come back down the stretch to lead his team. Seattle is a pretty damn good football team and very tough place to play in Seattle. And yes. I mean, that game was impressive. I mean, he's been impressive. He's playing without a few members of his offensive line, including his right tackle. He played the start of the season without his left tackle. He's down Mike Evans. He's down Jalen McMillan. He was down Chris Godwin. And this guy just keeps barreling off wins, man. Like, and coming back, and if you're out there, he's going to get you the ball, and he's going to figure out a way to win. This Tampa team is resilient, and in 2 weeks, a game that was circled on my calendar before the season started, and now that it's coming even closer on Monday night, October 20th, you got the Buccaneers and the Lions. That is going to be a fantastic matchup on Monday Night Football. I cannot wait for that. So that should be a little fun. But before we get into let's get into our predictions really quick, Jay.
Okay.
Do you want to go? Do you want to take this one away?
You know, I think the Bears win. I think the Bears actually do continue to score some points here, maybe a little bit more than their average. I think they're averaging like 25 or 26. I think the Bears make it to 31. And I think because of a good running game, but a really staunch defense in the fourth quarter, I think Washington scores 27 points, but still walks away with a loss at home against the Bears.
Ooh.
So I am picking the Bears 31-27, sir.
Ooh, all right. 31-27.
Their passing defense is too porous. I think Caleb's going to pick them apart, and I think Johnson's going to have a play set up every time for that really kind of mediocre, as the kids would say, secondary.
Yes, and Jason, I'm not too far off of that score. As I said, this is our second installment of Williams versus Daniels, 2 of the league's most exciting young quarterbacks. Caleb Williams having a homecoming, returning to D.C. area, looking to make a statement after with the bye behind him and an extra week of preparation. I think he's primed for a road breakout. I think I'm agreeing with Jay here. I think it's going to be a tight back and forth Monday night battle. But much like last year, I expect Captain Caleb to lead a late scoring drive to seal the deal, and Chicago will earn their second straight road victory, and Williams gets that statement game, and the Bears get their redemption for the Hail Mary. I have the Bears 27 and the Commanders 24.
And listen, guys, the Bears should have won that game last year. The ball didn't make it to the end zone. Everybody makes it sound like he threw the ball to the end zone and he's a god. Somebody deflected it up to a guy who was just happened to be standing there in the wrong position, standing in the end zone, wasn't even going for the ball. So just a pure stroke of luck that they got that, and some really bad defensive play at the end. I don't think that happens this time. I really don't.
And DJ Profit is going back to 2023 week 5 when our boy, my GOAT, DJ Moore, had 8 catches for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, and averaged 28.8 yards per catch. And DJ Prophet says DJ Moore is going to have a big game.
I like it.
First time. And I agree.
He's
We got Big Mikey up here picking the Bears in a butt whooping, 42-14. They're going to stop them. I love it, Mikey. I love it.
You got a beautiful mind, Mikey. I love where it's at always.
Yes, dude. This is I'm with you, Bruce. I think Tyreek Stevenson, and we've been highlighting him on this show week by week. This is what he's done in his last 2 weeks after the disastrous start. And I'm with you, Bruce. I think that he's going to continue on this trajectory. I think he's going to have a fantastic redemption game in Washington. How about you, Jay? What are you thinking?
I think he does. I mean, he just has to look. People are going to be wanting to interview him. I don't think they're going to allow it. I would not if I was Ben Johnson before the game, which I think they do a lot now, which is kind of silly. Who cares what a player thinks before the game? He's thinking, I want to beat this team.
Yeah,
that's right. It's so stupid. But, that's the type of question that 100% they're going to bring it up before the broadcast, during the broadcast, after the broadcast. So this is a very big test for Tyreek Stevenson. If you want to show everybody that you are now mature, he is, by the way, a new father, by the way, too. So that might be helping some of his maturity. But this is how you show them, all right? Besides being a really good father, that's the best way. Be a professional. You know what I mean? You want to talk shit? Talk shit when the score is 31-27 and you won the game. Then you go and you talk shit. You point to the crowd. You make fun of them. That's when you do it. You could do it before the game if you want to. I wouldn't do anything, though, until the game is won because you just look like a knucklehead if you're wrong.
Yeah, and I will tell you this. I think that's behind him. I really do think Al Harris is making a difference in this young man's career. And I think we're gonna have ourselves a fun Monday night, and we're gonna walk this thing back. We got I don't know why, but it seems like it's gonna be a great day. I agree, Swaggy. I think it's gonna be. I miss what Dustin had. I predict there will be a game played on Monday night, maybe 2. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of pissed about that. I'm kind of pissed because the Bills play. For those that don't know, the Bills are probably my second favorite team in football. And they play ahead, and it's mainly because Josh Allen. When Josh Allen, actually, I shouldn't say that because I was a huge fan of Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly and Andre Reed and Cornelius Bennett. I really liked the Bills in the 90s too. But the Bills and the Falcons play, and I have huge fantasy impact in there because I got Bijan Robinson and Josh Allen. So it's like I gotta pay attention to that game too. And the Bears are the late game, 6:15 for the Buffalo Bills in Atlanta, and 7:15 for Chicago and Washington. And
you can split screen it though on your YouTube, no?
Well,
you have multiple TVs anyways.
We're gonna have to split screen it at River Street.
Oh yeah, that's right.
At my house, yes, I could. Absolutely. Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see what the Bears bring, man. I'm ready. And the slate of games this Sunday as we get into the pick 6. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about, Andre Reed is another one, man. I
Yes.
really love those Bills teams in the early 90s. I wish they wouldn't have got dusted in every Super Bowl they were in. They should have beat the Giants and that Scott Norwood kick. And for anyone who hasn't watched an ESPN documentary on that Bills team, man, Scott Norwood is still carrying with him to this day. I feel awful for that guy. I mean, it's a total team effort, and he just slightly missed that kick. But man, I was sitting there watching this. I'm like, man, 30 years later, dude, this guy's crying in this interview, thinking about how devastating that loss was. And God bless you, Scott, man. I wish you would have made it, man. Buffalo and their fans deserve it. That's for gosh darn sure.
And you know what, dude? One reason I think I like Buffalo, they're not my second favorite team by any means, but I think they have maybe the greatest home field advantage in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you're going there in January to Buffalo. It's basically Canada. I mean, dude, the last game they played there in January, they had to shovel the lines. The field was white. And if you're not ready for that, if you're New Orleans or it wouldn't be New Orleans, let's say you're Jacksonville, right? Going up there. You're one of these AFC teams. Even Kansas City, which I know can get cold, it's not Buffalo cold. Buffalo will drop 16 inches of snow in the morning and then another 12 in the afternoon. Buffalo is Buffalo, dude.
They get that.
And I think it's awesome they're building a new stadium open. They're not building a dome. They're like, no, we're keeping this home field advantage.
Well, did you see the technology that they have in there? How they're how the open stadium is going to block the wind? They said it could be 100-mile-per-hour wind outside, and it's not going to come into the stadium. I was like, maybe they should just leave the dome off Chicago and use that technology, because I don't know how I feel about a dome, man. I really don't. It's like, I know it's good for profits and Super Bowls and
concerts and all
that crap, but man, I really like the open concept of the Chicago, the way the Bears Stadium is now. I mean, it's going to feel a lot better. You might get me to a December game now, but which I will not do in my older age here. I will not do that anymore.
They just barely have like 70,000 seats, which is the minimum requirement to host the Super Bowl, which I thought was a little strange. I thought they were going to try to go a little bit bigger, and I'm surprised they didn't.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't either, man, because like a Final Four or a college football national championship game could probably pack in 80, 90,000. Right. So why do we need some rain coming in? Minnesota has a lot of glass up top, and it's nice. Why do we? No, I gotcha. I like the outdoor elements of football, man, and especially if they're gonna ever pass this rule that is gonna make every stadium have real grass to stop these knee problems that they were having with the artificial.
That's a great idea. You can have real grass indoors. I mean, shit.
Yeah. Oh, or. I mean, you can't do this. Put it on the rollers like they do in Arizona, and they can roll the stadium floor in and out. But I guess you can't watch it outside, although that would be pretty cool. Standing around while they're playing a football game, that would be pretty awesome. I don't know. I just Minnesota has.
Some of them have like the hybrid stuff now, where it's like a natural and an artificial combined somehow. I don't even really know how that works, but
and I have not been to the new Minnesota stadium. I try to avoid that state because I really think it's an armpit. I had to work up there for a couple of months, and I was just like, wow, this city sucks, man. And I've never wanted to go back, and I don't know if I ever will. Maybe when the Bears are dominant, since Minnesota is my most hated team in the world, and I know we're going to go up there and beat the living shit out of them. I would go for that, just to pick on those idiots, and I wouldn't have to hear that stupid horn in the stadium.
Yeah, it's a nice stadium, so I wouldn't mind going up there. I haven't been up there yet. I really have zero desire to ever go to Lambeau, just none.
I'm gonna do it one time. I've been there, but just not for a football game. I used to have a girlfriend that lived out there. We'll talk about that at a different day. So
was there a certain kind of parade going on there?
No, not when I was there, thank God. Although they probably are all in the parade.
Cheese convention?
They're definitely a cheese convention. Ladies and gentlemen, so as I was saying, we're going to get into this pick six, unless there's anything else you want to talk about, Jay.
No, I think we're ready for pick sixes. Let's do this. Did we get everybody's Bears picks already? You write them down?
I did not.
Here, I'm scrolling.
Who did we get? DJ. DJ had the Bears.
Mikey had the Bears.
Me.
DJ had Bears. No, DJ had, I'm sorry. 38-24 Bears. So yeah, he had Bears.
Bears. Bruce, you're taking the Bears. We know that.
You're fired if you don't.
Well, Bruce would take the Bears if they were 40-point underdogs. Well,
attaboy, Bruce.
Who else we got? Swaggy, are you jumping in this week? Did you do it last week, Swaggy? No, he wasn't in. And just remember, we're going to do overall standings. So if you miss a week, we're going to do percentage, because I know it's hard to be here every week. We appreciate y'all when you are. But let's talk about her now. What's the name? I'm lost in the conversation here.
Yeah, so am I.
Sorry, guys. Fill me in. Mikey, we got you. Anybody else want to throw the pick six? Do the pick six?
Just put your scores in there, or put your pick in.
We got Bears for everybody. I don't have the scores. I have 27-24. Mikey had 42-14, I think.
Yes. And I think DJ was like 24-38 or something like that. Bears win though, 38-24.
Oh, I gotcha. It was actually Tony's cousin. She lived in Green Bay. I met her at the cabin at his cabin, and then we started dating. And
The first red flag should have been Green Bay.
Yeah, I was young, and this is an off-air conversation. We really can't have this. And Tony pops onto the show every once in a while. I don't want him to be 20. Hey, Bruce, what was your final score there? Jay, what was your final score again?
31-27.
31-27. And Bruce had 27-17. All right, if anybody else wants to jump in on the pick six, first game we're going to roll.
Joe said he doesn't want to because he's afraid he's going to mush him like the guy from the Bronx Tale. Mush. I use that word all the time for Joe. All the time.
He does. All right, well, let's get into this. We have a couple of juicy games on the schedule this week.
Ooh.
How about we start off with Seattle traveling to Jacksonville. Jacksonville hot off the upset.
Scott C. from Iowa just picked the Bears.
Scott C. from Iowa. And Scott C. from Iowa rocking the Cubs logo. Hey, man, we're flying that W, buddy. Welcome to the show. We're flying that W. We're living to play another day. So let's get you a little hand clap here, buddy. Thanks for joining the show. Oh, we got.
All right, so who's the first pick?
We're going to do Seattle and Jacksonville. As I was saying, Seattle coming off of or Jacksonville coming off the comeback Monday night victory. They remain in Duval County and take on the Seattle Seahawks, who blew the game to Tampa Bay last week, flying cross country to take on Jacksonville. Where are we at, boys?
I think I'm at Jacksonville as well. I think with Mikey. Listen, they're on a roll right now. They're 4-1. They're a good team. There's 2 4-1 teams in that division. It's not an easy division. So you got to give them credit. I do believe I said Jacksonville is going to be better than people think. Before the season starts.
You did.
I'm
going to surprise everybody here. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to take Seattle.
They're a good team too, dude.
I'm just going to do it because the short week, I know flying across the country is always a big thing in the NFL. Those teams don't tend to do well when they do fly across the country, but we have Washington fly across the country and upset the Chargers this week. I think that big victory, exhausted Jaguars. I'm going to take Seattle to bounce back this week. So I'm going to take Seattle. Jay, you're taking Jacksonville?
I am.
And Bruce?
Bruce's Jags. Mikey's
Jaguars.
DJ is taking Seattle.
DJ Seattle. Okay, I got everyone who's participating so far. Let's see.
Dustin, did you choose? Who did Dustin pick?
How about Sunday night football? Detroit and Kansas City.
I'm taking Detroit.
Detroit is traveling to KC.
I'm taking Detroit. Detroit's firing on all cylinders right now. They're just unstoppable. And it seems like Kansas City is misfiring on every cylinder. I know they're still Kansas City. It's still that team. It's still a dynasty. But right now, Detroit's just trucking people, dude. They score whenever they want, however they want. I'm taking Detroit.
I am going to take the Detroit Lions as well.
Vizzo Joe is Seattle.
Okay.
Did you profit Detroit?
I say Detroit.
Jay.
Mr. Bruce is a Detroiter.
Oh, we got to have a Detroit sweep. What you got there, Mikey? Did Mikey pick?
Why were you taking Detroit? Same reasons, Sean?
Yeah, Ron has Hey Ron, give us Jags in Seattle and your Bears winner if you had it. I missed it. I'm sorry.
Vizzo's Detroit.
Vizzo's Detroit. Yeah, I think I can't remember. Chad, help me out. Dustin, you probably remember this. Did Detroit go in? No, Detroit didn't go in. They barely lost that game last year to open the season on Thursday night against Kansas City. Or was that 2 years ago? I thought it was last year.
I can't remember.
I could be wrong, but I'm going to pick Detroit just because the same reasons you said. They seem to be clicking on all cylinders. The defense is hot. I know their secondary took a
banged up,
but I would probably take Kansas City if Rashee Rice was back and he was playing. I probably would, but seeing that he's not,
it may take him a game or so to get back into it too. You know,
Ron has Kansas City 28-20.
Dustin says they beat KC in KC to start last year.
That's what I thought. What I thought.
Mikey's Detroit.
There was no Kelsey in that game. I didn't remember that.
I don't know. Kelsey had not a good year last year. Mikey is Detroit.
Yeah,
that's insane. Yeah, no Chris Jones. Yeah. That's a big one.
Oh, that's right. Chris Jones was sitting in the press box for that game.
Yeah.
Although there was no Chris Jones on that Trevor Lawrence run either. Did you see him just standing there watching the play happen? He didn't even try and move. I was like, Jesus, $95 million a year. This guy's standing there watching the quarterback run the ball into the end zone. What a tool.
To win the game, too. Like, dude, if you're going to take a play off, you don't take the last play of the game off.
Yeah, you're right, DJ. He did put some bad tape out there last week. Let's do the rivalry game. Pittsburgh and Cleveland in
Did you
Pittsburgh.
Get Mikey with Detroit?
I got Mikey with Detroit. Yep. Pittsburgh and Cleveland, always a fun football game on the schedule. I mean, it's Dylan Gabriel. I mean, this is kind of a gimme, but man, should we do this one? Yeah, we're gonna do it because Cleveland could. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do Dylan.
No.
How about Arizona traveling to Indianapolis? Can Indianapolis continue their 4-1 start? And can Kyler Murray see over the offensive line long enough to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Listen, Indy. I think Indy's legit, dude. I'm taking Indy. They're a real team. They've started off strong and haven't slowed down.
Please tell me that you have this emergency.
Oh, stupid thing. I'm going Indy as well.
Yeah, Indy. Yeah.
Jay, you're taking Indy. We need a bounce back week.
James is taking Arizona.
Yeah.
James is taking Arizona. James and Ron, give us your Seattle Jacksonville winner, Detroit Kansas City winner, and your Bears winner. And we'll get you on the list. Vizzo, Joe, Mikey, and DJ. Yeah. DJ, I thought just did DJ just? Oh no, I thought DJ just
Indy wins. The Cardinals continue to implode. DJ's Indy.
Yeah.
Indy. I think we're gonna have Indy across the board. This is one. This is
James
one.
Is Seahawks. James is Bears.
And who was the last one he picked? He picked
Arizona.
He picked Arizona. AZ. So we just need Detroit and Kansas City, bud. And then Ron, if you're still trucking, we need those same games from you. Vizzo, Joe, we need the Bears, and you said you weren't going to pick it. I'm gonna put the Bears down for you. Let's say, because I feel like
you didn't do it.
Yeah, you just don't want to say it, but that's cool. It's fine.
James is taking the Chiefs.
Uh-oh. I gotta get this virus out of my phone. I'm going to try and go tomorrow if my schedule allows.
Did your phone give its virus to Kyle, and that's why he's not here?
Oh, boy.
Indy by a country mile. Yeah, I have a feeling. And the only reason I took this game is because I know Indy's rolling and they look really well. But Arizona's a team that can pull an upset if they pull it all together.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Is it in Indy or in Arizona?
Yeah, they're traveling to Indianapolis, which gives Indy another. We're going to go Bills and Atlanta on Monday night, the game that starts slightly before the Chicago Bears, and that is the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Falcons. Michael Penix The Bills coming off a loss to second-year Drake May at home.
Yeah.
Josh Allen coming off a very uncharacteristic
Yeah.
bad game, having a fumble and an interception, although I don't believe the fumble was truly his fault. But I'm going to go Buffalo. Buffalo bounces back on the road.
Yeah.
You know what? I shouldn't take Buffalo to lose 2 weeks in a row. But if I'm going to be able to come back and catch up to you, Sean, I got to pick an upset. So I'm going Atlanta.
ATL.
Yeah. I'll go
ATL.
Bills. I'll go Bills.
Mikey's Bills.
Bills.
Oh, let's see. James Christo's Bills.
You are absolutely correct, Dustin. Nothing is ever Josh Allen's fault.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sean's phone has syphilis. That's what he was ready.
No, well, what you call it? Come on, let's be honest. He was handing off the ball, and he was pulling it back in, and the dumbass knocked it out of his hand.
Vizzo Joe's got the Bills.
I agree with that too, Dustin.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is Vizzo Joe? I got Washington. Our team is not complete. All right, Razzle, you're jumping in. I got you, Raz. Raz, if you want to give us Tampa, Seattle, or excuse me, Seattle and who the hell is Seattle?
Tampa Bay at Seattle.
Tampa Bay at Seattle. No, that was last week. Seattle, Jacksonville, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Jacksonville at Seattle, right.
Arizona, Indy, KC, Detroit. If you want to jump in here, we got Raz taking Washington. He's the only one taking Washington on the list. And that's okay. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. Minnesota's on a bye. All right, let's do Cincinnati. Let's do Cincinnati at Green Bay. Green Bay's coming off the bye for our final game of the Pick Six.
That'd be interesting.
Final game of the Pick Six.
Did you say it's in Cincy or in Wisconsin?
It's in Green Bay. Hold on one second here. Let's take a look. Or would you guys rather do? Dallas and Carolina?
No, I think the Green Bay game's better.
Yeah, yes.
All right, we'll do Green Bay. Green Bay at Cincinnati at Green Bay.
I'm never ever going to pick
Bengals.
Green Bay, so I'm taking the Bengals.
Visso's got Green Bay.
Yeah.
Jay has the Bengals.
Mikey's got
not according to this schedule I'm looking at. It's in Green Bay. Dustin. On CBS Sports, they have it at Green Bay. So if there's a correction that needs to be made, that is a 14-point spread for the Packers.
Mikey says Joe Flacco for history, and James says tie.
All right, we'll put James down for the tie. That's fine in Green Bay.
We'll give you the win. If it's a tie, you get the win, James.
Yeah, we'll give you the win. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
I will DJ, we're missing Kansas City, Detroit. Oh no, Kansas City, Detroit, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing the Green Bay game in Arizona from DJ Profit.
Oh, DJ just at Green Bay.
DJ took GB. I took GB too. I don't want to.
Brandon, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
What's going on, Brando?
Right, Brando.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bruce, you're taking
Bengals.
Oh, he's taking the Bengals too. We got a couple Bengals guys on here.
Look, they're probably not going to win. I just don't want to pick Green Bay.
Yeah.
Mikey, we need your pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need Mikey. We got Vizzo. DJ Profit. DJ Profit, we just need your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need your which game? We got
Social Security number and date of birth.
Which game are we missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is Arizona, Kansas City? What the fuck? Oh, because I'm looking on Jameson's. He's missing one too. Oh, Bills Atlanta. Relentless Mikey is taking Cincy. Bills Atlanta for DJ. Bills Atlanta for James. And Vizzo Joe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need Jacksonville for you. Jacksonville.
spam bot
Oh,
guy?
yes, Seattle.
DJ says Bills.
Bills. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mhm.
Vizzo Joe is missing Seattle, Detroit, Bears, Kansas City, Detroit for Vizzo
James
Joe.
is saying Bills, Kansas City, Detroit. James, I thought he said Kansas City, didn't he? Or am I wrong?
James, I missed you, James, on that one, buddy. I got you down now for the
Vizzo's
Bills.
saying Chiefs.
KC for him, and I believe that's 6 across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,
And he says Detroit.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Yep, we got 6 across the board. Ron did not jump in. He only gave us 1. So we put him down for Kansas City.
He's got an interesting strategy. He's going to win percentage wise, but not like
all you need is a win by percentage. So yes, guys, and don't forget, as always, we appreciate y'all. Tomorrow, Dustin and Brandon will be jumping on at 11:30.
Yes.
They're going to be doing their thing, which is always fun and entertaining. They're going to get their predictions out for this Monday Night Tilt.
What if you can't make it that late, Sean?
If you can't, I suggest you grab a cup of coffee on your way to work and turn them on and check them out because they'll entertain you before you have a boring day at the office. So, and then don't forget, we're going to see what happens. If the Cubbies can pull it out, their Poppy is on the hill tomorrow, and Freddie Peralta, the guy who owns the Chicago Cubs, they should put him right ahead of ownership. And see if we can beat him. He absolutely dominated us last Saturday, which was no surprise to me. Hopefully the Cubs can catch him tomorrow and we can force a game on Saturday. And if they do, then you can catch me in the heart of all these idiots in Wisconsin trying to cheer on the Cubs. We'll interview some Brewers fans on the North Side 9. Their perspective. We're just going to have a blast in Brewer country. I'll invade it. I'll bring the tank. I'll bring an army with me, and we'll take down those suckers. Mikey's still rooting for the White Sox. Go White Sox. Hey, next year. Hey, Gus, look at it this way, Mikey. They improved by 20 games this year. If they improve by another 20 games next year, you're almost a 500 baseball team, and this is the exact trajectory you want this team to be on. They're heading in the right direction. They have a lot of good talent. So I'm not a fan of that team at all, but I'll recognize talent and give them their flowers when they earn it. That team is scrappy. They got some really good young players, and I think
they got everything but wins.
They're gonna start getting some wins, my friend. They are. They are. And Montgomery is absolutely a stud.
Until I see that obituary, I'm not in.
Here, I'll tell you this, man. Go look at that minor league pitching that the White Sox have. It's among the best in baseball. And as that starts to integrate into the major leagues, they might have a very dominant rotation. Sox fans hate it like you, Jay. But honestly, they did it right. They burnt the house down, and they're building it up brick by brick.
This is like the 12th time they've done it in 15 years, dude.
I think they're getting it right this time, though. I really do, and I really like the manager that they hired. I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now, but he did a really good job for them this year. And I think
he doesn't win.
No, he's going to continue to. The Sox are headed in the right direction, my friend. I'm telling you, heard it here first. You heard it here first. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, when they're hey, if you look at it this way, Jay, I think the winner of your division only had, I think, 85 wins. 20 more wins for you guys get you in the 70 range. You're almost contending for your division. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's 20 is like a 50% gain in wins, dude. It's like it doesn't happen over one season.
Melon,
even though they did it this year, but getting more than 30 wins is not that hard.
Melon, I hope you're right. I hope the Cubs can pull this thing off. I don't like our chances of beating Freddie Peralta. I'm just going to go into tomorrow's baseball game with the thoughts of we missed Kate Horton 3 days before the postseason. We missed Justin Steele all day. We missed Eli Morgan all season. Ryan Brazier wound up hurting himself, and he's gone. Porter Hodge didn't work out in the bullpen. We missed Shota for a period of time. We missed Kyle Tucker for a long period of time. And this is why I got to tip my cap to Craig Counsell. He did a fantastic job putting a Band-Aid on this team, getting them the 92 wins through all these injuries. He's dealing with what he has right now. But Freddie Peralta, I'm with you. I'm with you, Melon. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I mean this wholeheartedly. If they can find a way to scrap out a victory versus Freddie Peralta tomorrow, the Cubs are winning the series in 5 games. I do believe that.
Yes.
Tomorrow is going to be a tremendously hard test.
I'm
Freddie P, who owns the Cubs. Like it's not even fair how much he owns us, dude. He has like 75% stake in ownership.
He grinded out.
It's on Sheffield, Waveland, and Peralta, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you know what? Word is the Brewers aren't going to re-sign him at the end of this year. So we can't beat him. So hopefully he can join us. And we never have to face this guy again. So hopefully tomorrow is the last time we face him in a Milwaukee Brewers jersey. But again, don't forget tomorrow, once again, the bare minimum with Dustin and Brandon. They'll be rocking that shit.
Dustin says it's going to be a good one.
It's always a good one, late night with those boys. And again, we'll stay tuned, put something out on our Facebook page, and we'll go live from Wisconsin on Saturday. If there is a game 5, I'm willing to take the heat from those pricks. I'll sit in the middle of them all with a blue jersey on, even if we lose. I don't give a shit. And then we'll see you guys back on Monday, as we talked about, at River Street Tavern.
$3 drafts.
I'll be
half price wins.
Let's go. Let's have some fun. Let's get it on. And one more thing before we get out of here. What could that be?
Good, better, bad! Never let it rain! Never let it rain! You're good gets better! You're good gets better! You better get better! You better get better! Bears on 3! 1, 2, 3! Bears!
That's what I'm man, just that right there. The Cubs, that's what the Cubs need before Freddie Peralta. I think we need to get Ben Johnson in the locker room before we face Freddie Peralta and give us some inspiration tomorrow.
Let's go.
And hope yes, please, everyone, come out and hang out with us next Monday. It's going to be an absolute blast. We're going to make sure it's fun because, of course, 4 Stars is going to be there, and everything we do is fun.
Sean, we'll see if I can't maybe call you from Disney.
Yeah, give us a call. Razzle, Notorious TBG might be coming up. Hopefully we get a Relentless Mikey signing on Monday. And remember, anyone who walks into River Street and says, Sean said if I mention the 4 Star Chicago Sports Podcast, your first beer is on me. Even though they're $3, maybe I'll give you 2. I don't know.
Yes.
I'll pull some raffle tickets for free beers. How about that? I'm sure Lauren will love that one. Dude, that would be awesome if you could, Mikey. It's gonna be a blast. Maybe come and watch the first half with us, man, and then I'll pop out. But
when the Bears are up by 22 points, halfway to your 42-14, you take off. You don't need to be there.
There you go. After DJ Moore's catching his second touchdown. I live in Gilbert's now, so I lived in East Dundee for 10 years, but I live in Gilbert's now. Jay's right up the road from me in Pingree, so we're not too far. If I'm out and about, I usually end up in East Dundee because East Dundee, I'm an East Dundeeite. I always will be. I love that town so much. So
we both used to live there. It's a fun town, especially when you're younger.
John, yes, I will, Mikey, if you show up and you prefer whiskey, I will get you whiskey. I promise you that.
Mikey, dude, you can't pass that up.
Bruce wants to meet everybody.
Yeah, let's go.
So get out there. You'll have a chance at a beautiful Devin Hester autographed helmet. Caleb Williams,
Mike Singletary.
Yeah.
And listen, when you sign up for the raffle, I can't remember if she took it off or left it on the flyer or not, but you don't have to be present to win. Just write your name and phone number on the back of the ticket, and we'll give you a buzz. We had 2 winners that weren't present there last year. We called them up, and they picked up their prizes during the week. We'll have some other stuff there that I'm still working around, but it's going to be fun. So come out. Let's hang out.
All proceeds go to that from FSCS. They're all going to Bears Care Charity. So nobody's making any money off of this, guys.
Yep. Well, cheers. Cheers to the Bears, and see you all on Monday. Don't forget the bare minimum tomorrow. Until then, bear down, everybody.
Bear down. Yeah.